way too zoomed in here. Okay, that's better. Oh, hi. Welcome back, and welcome to those who are seeing me for the first time. We are here for our second favorites video, October favorites. I feel compelled to first apologize for the state of my nails. I got them done before going on vacation to clearly a summer destination, and let's just say they suffered slightly from my adventuring while I was out there, and I'm not due to fix them for another few days, so hopefully they won't be too offensive to the eyes, and I have rightfully compensated with all the other glorious autumn paraphernalia that's happening here. Okay, let's get into it. There's a bit of a mismatch this month because, as I said, I was traveling. There's a lot of travel-related things. I tried to keep anything too summery to a minimum because I feel like that's not necessarily super useful, although I say that different parts of the world have different climates at different times, so maybe I shouldn't have been too concerned. I was very focused on my climate with that in mind. But let's start with beauty. I really so sad to report that it turns out La Bonne Brosse is worth it. At least the one I got and the way my hair is responding to it. So if you haven't heard of these or had them come up on your feed, La Bonne Brosse is based in France, and their whole thing is kind of the original way of brush making and about making brushes that are for specific hair types and very gentle on the hair that don't pull and don't snag, etc. So you go onto their website, you do a quiz, and it tells you which brush you need. So mine's a boar bristle brush. I think this is the number 3. And yeah, annoyingly, my hair has responded really well to it. I feel like it's been nice to use something so gentle on my hair, and I'm an always brushed hair girl. I don't really like leaving it. Yeah, I brush my hair a lot, so having something that's more gentle definitely makes sense. And I'm not gonna lie, there's something about just the experience of it feels really special. So if you're into those little luxuries of life, and I say little, it's expensive for a hairbrush, I'm just gonna warn you right now. But if you're kind of into those little life's luxuries, then yeah, you might be into that one. So that has definitely brought me some joy. On the other end of the spectrum, and I do think I've mentioned these before, and if not, I'm just gonna keep mentioning them, you can get these for like the equivalent of a couple dollars, couple francs, couple pounds, couple whatever's, very cheap and cheerful in any kind of drugstore, pharmacy, like H&M. But in general, just having a little comb like this, if you have a fringe, just buy a bunch and put them in all your bags. Thank me later. Just, yeah, because when it's completely not cooperating, it allows me to brush it to the side, brush it back, and just handle it, and it just takes up no space. So I know that's a very slightly boring favorite, but if you're getting a fringe cut, you've just had one cut, or you have one, simple little comb in your bag at all times. Beauty-wise, I actually have 2 things in terms of makeup. And the first is, I mean, I know we've heard about lip oils all summer, but yeah, we love a lip oil. My personal preference for lip oils is the Clarins ones. So on my travels, I've been using, I think this is just the original lip comfort oil. It looks kind of yellowish, but it's clear, essentially. So this is the one I've used the most this month. But I did want to feature this one because I'm already back to using this now I'm home. And this is, chocolate. Yeah, makes sense. So this is 09 chocolate. And it's very sheer. It's a lip oil, but it's like an autumn lip oil. And so for those of you that are still clinging on to your summer lip oils, this is your autumn one. That I would encourage you go get. And then finally, this is an all year rounder for me, and I'm mentioning it now because I actually went through the UK on my way home and was able to stock up on these because they don't sell them in Switzerland. When is Charlotte Tilbury making its way over here? Is the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes, Charlotte Tilbury, but specifically in Dream Pop. It's a great mascara, I like it. I will say this, I have dark, curled, relatively long eyelashes naturally. I'm sorry to report, I'm very grateful for them, but therefore that doesn't put me in the best position to tell you whether this holds a curl, for example. The main reason I like it is because I know a lot of people have got into brown mascaras, and that's really cool, but I love that this is like a burgundy, and if anything it's a bit paler than the kind of browns you usually see. And so because I have dark eyelashes, this still really stands out, and it catches the light sometimes. I'll have people comment and say like, oh, are your eyelashes brown? And it just makes like the blue or the green in your eyes pop. I very rarely use black because it just feels so much harsher on my lashes. So if you're a brown mascara girl, or you want that look but your eyelashes are too dark for it, this will do it. Because if I use brown mascara, it kind of just reads as black. Let's go into jewelry, because I'm always into jewelry, but I feel like I've got exponentially into jewelry this year. The first is from Abbott Lion. I got these from my sisters for my birthday, and they are these little, they almost look like seashell teardrop shaped. So, you know, the teardrop ones that everyone's wearing and everyone's going crazy over, and I love that look, and I'm very here for it. This feels like a slightly more vintage, ornate version of that, and I'm yet to find an outfit that these don't work with. I've got to that point where I've told myself not to wear them so that I can wear my other jewelry, and I feel like that's a real good sign that you love something. So yeah, they're just that perfect middle length that you can wear them day to day, out for dinner, either way, and yeah, they're beautiful. Kind of more down the October witchy autumn route. I realize this is October favorites, so Halloween has passed, but witch season is all year round, girls. So, Missima, Harris Reed. If you haven't explored that collaboration yet, I highly, highly encourage you to. I will warn you, it will make you want to spend all your hard-earned cash on it, but it is beautiful. And so I have two pieces from the Harris Reed collection. The first that you might be familiar with are these bracelets and necklaces that have this kind of hand motif. That's kind of what that collection's known for. So they also do necklaces, and then you can put a charm on that loop, and just satisfyingly, that loop turns. So if you're a fidgeter, it's very satisfying. But yeah, I love that collection completely. They also do single earrings. So if you want to just buy one, you could just buy one of these. In their sale that they had, they were 50% off. So I paid twice for the single earring, if that makes sense, and got two for the price of one, which felt like a good way to do it. As I said, they're sold as a single, so just if you do look it up, be warned, you're buying one. You'll have to add two to basket. There we go. So yeah, it's just, again, beautiful. It's that hand kind of motif. So it's a hand holding a pearl. And as I said, I just bought the single earring twice. And as you can see, the gold dangly pearl earring is definitely my style. But I love these because there's something about that hand kind of detail that makes it a little bit witchy and magic. So if you haven't checked out the Harris Reed collection from Missima, highly, highly encourage you to. My entire Christmas wish list will probably be that collection. Okay, let's do fashion and then like techie stuff. Are these not adorable? I will say I got these in October and then only wore these. So the entire time that I wasn't traveling somewhere warm, I was wearing these in October. These are from Sam Edelman. I have these loafers in like a two-tone brown, and so I recently got the black shearling pair, and they're just great. I love the chunkiness of them. They're like a really cool shape where they're somewhere between being rounded and square. They're really cushioned. I mean, a lot of Sam Edelman shoes are. The original ones I have already had a really padded insole. You then add the shearling, and these are just like clouds on your feet. Sam Edelman, highly recommend. Also, if you're a half size person, you can get half sizes with Sam Edelman, and that makes a really big difference, which means you can get the right fit. No one would be surprised by this. I'm currently wearing a Cézanne knit. It is my aspiration to wear only Cézanne knitwear in my life because it's just so beautiful and special. I wanted to highlight one of them, and I think it only makes sense to highlight the Gaspar cardigan. I have, you know what, I'm not even gonna guess how many I have. I think it's 6. I'm not entirely sure. I have a few of these. They are beautiful. This is one of their most recent colors that they released called Perfect Green, and I think it is very aptly named. Beautiful kind of mossy forest green. And they are cardigans, so this completely unbuttons. I tend to wear them as knits, but they're quite versatile in that way. You can also wear them reversed with these buttons going down the back, which is really beautiful. You can wear them opened. They are just the softest, most beautiful, just beautiful. So If you haven't started your Gaspard collection, and I say collection because I'm yet to meet someone who has bought one and not instantly viewed it as an ever-growing collection, then maybe this is your time to start one, or maybe this is your time to add it to your wish list. Also, if you're looking at Cézanne and all these wonderful pieces and you don't know where to start, jokes aside, that's a really good first Cézanne piece to get because of how versatile it is. Bag. This feels kind of random, but I was thinking about it, of what bag I used the most this month, and it's easily this one, a Longchamp. You know what? Should I unfold this completely? I should. I'm being lazy. Okay, let's unfold her. It's the classic one. You've seen it around. This is not revolutionary. But when it comes to traveling, it's just so good. And I know this is nothing new, but you asked me what my favorites are. This is my favorite this month because I used it everywhere I went. When I go to Barcelona, I bring it with me. I went to Bali and it was my like in the airport bag. I've brought it with me before, folded up in my suitcase so that when I inevitably buy things and need more space coming home, voila. So it's just great. It can be beaten up, it's waterproof. As I said, it folds down into your suitcase. They're just such a great bag. And yeah, I actually really like this sort of orangey color. I kind of like that you can just like pick the color that suits your personality. And yeah, I just think it's again one of those luxury without going into crazy price zones staples to have in your wardrobe that you will get the use and wear out of, and that you also won't be afraid to wear. And I think that's a really great thing when you spend more on something, not feeling like you have to baby it is obviously really useful. So yeah, if you don't have one and you've been hesitating, I encourage you. We have two final things to talk about: tech and book. So books, as I said, I just kind of want to like touch in with some reading things during these favorites because it's just nice to like, I don't know, talk about what we're reading. And I just need you all to know that I have become an absolute sucker for these. Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Cinnamon Bakery, Christmas Tree Farm, and I think there's more coming. I think those are the three that are out so far by Laurie Gilmore. And if you're like, ooh, Gilmore, yes, inspired by Gilmore Girls, like not even shying away from it. I think it literally mentions Gilmore Girls within the first pages. It's a book that has an adorable map at the beginning. It is quaint and warm and adorable, and it just, if you rewatch Gilmore Girls, then you will love this. If you don't, you also might love it, but that's at least what I can say about that. So that's been the reading at the moment. I've been enjoying the nice nostalgia, easiness of those. And then finally, a piece of tech. Why not? So this is the Remarkable. You may have seen ads on this, and if so, you will have seen ads on the Remarkable Pro. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what this is essentially Kindle, but a notebook. So, you know, you have Kindle for books, this is Kindle as a notebook. It is a never-ending notebook, but it has that same look and texture as a Kindle does, so that it's not like an iPad. Now, the original Remarkable, right, comes with the pen here, is black and white. It's fully black and white. You can put PDFs on it, you can do a bunch of different notebooks, you can annotate, but that is essentially what it is for, and that's it. The new one has color and is a slightly different screen, I believe. So for me, that wasn't really what I wanted. It's like, I like the kind of analog feeling. I'm just a notebook girl, but the fact is I can't bring 17 notebooks wherever I go. And I've started a lot of online courses lately, and I was doing a lot of them while I was traveling, and so having this and being able to still do my like notebook per course thing, even also, you know, bring in the PDFs and the readings for those courses and annotate them directly on there. Like, if you are a notebook washi tape color coding girl, then this is the tech that might appeal to you, because it still has that comforting, I'm writing it physically down, not typing feeling. You can type on it too, and you can convert your writing to type, which is really nice. Yeah, it just brings a lot of practicality. I think it's one of those things that appeals the same way a Kindle does to people who love books, where you kind of think you won't like it, but you can't deny the practicality. So I still love my notebooks and I still use them, and especially when I'm home, I love a pen and paper. But this is a really great alternative when I'm traveling, when I'm out and about, and it's just so sleek and easy. So yeah, I thought I'd mention that because that might be useful to someone if you're starting courses, if you've got classes, or if you're just a notebook girl like me that has to face the fact that you can't bring all the notebooks with you everywhere. then investigate the remarkable, because it's been really great for me. I think that's everything. I started off thinking I didn't have much, and yet we've been here talking for quite some time. So I hope you enjoyed that little chit chat with me. This is the second or third, fourth video that you've seen of mine. Thank you so much for watching previous ones and coming back. I really appreciate you for that. If this is the first you've seen of me, also thank you, and feel free to go explore the archives. There's not a lot there. We're early days. We're a tiny little community that I am already in love with, and we're just kind of growing this space where we're going to talk about the things we like that bring us joy. I am first and foremost a stylist, so that will come into what I'm doing, and you know, we can discuss what that entails, but fundamentally this is really just my space on the internet to create an environment that I appreciate and that I hope other people appreciate as well. So yeah, if that sounds good to you, then let's connect, follow along, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!